big time. And those guys have been playing really stout and strong, and to let them cut loose on third down, they itch for that. They grind, they sweat, they bleed, they toil on first and second to get that opportunity to get on third, and to have Calvin get the big sack and then have TJ come back with the big hit and pressure. So no, that was good to see. It was good to see Boog having a little bit of success around the edge as well. I thought we were doing okay. We'll have to go back to the tape. At times it felt like we were getting after the cue. At times, felt like he was holding it a little bit, but we'll see, on tape.
Much has been obviously made about Lynn. Did it mess with your all's game planning at all when y'all did good on good to have him at quarterback instead of?
No, not at all. It's good for us. Again, anything that stresses your Wolves on defense, makes you a better defense. And to be able to see that in practice, in those limited periods that we get, it's good to see, and because it'll carry over for us against those running style quarterbacks.
I don't think you've seen it on tape yet. Obviously, it's pretty quick. But what happened on that first touchdown run?
We got cut out of our gap. We were making a long movement, and one of our guys got cut out. It's a trip that he's got to make. But again, they did a good job. They came out with a different scheme. They hadn't shown that in 12 personnel. So we assumed it was going to be a little bit more what we saw against South Carolina. When they came out in 12 and they opened it up and they ran that outside zone to the boundary. So obviously that one hurts. We wanted to start fast, and that's sort of the antithesis of starting fast there on play 2. We did well on the first down play. The second down play, we need to get that to the ground.
It seems like the defense maybe plays its best when its back's against the wall after the slow start with the short fields. Is there an identity maybe developing there in terms of like standing up in those situations?
I don't know if we'd say that's our identity. We probably don't want to get ourselves into those. We'd like to start quicker and play like we did to start the second half, to start with a couple of 3 and outs. I mean, that was the goal. That was you felt the pressure on third down. Guys were making plays. But it shows a lot of character is what that does. That shows character, that they're responding in adverse situations, and that's growth. And we talked about, force field goals in the red zone. And today they got in the red zone 3 times. We forced 1 field goal. We had that late stop there at the end of the game, and they did have the 1 touchdown. So 1 for 3 in terms of touchdowns. That's a pretty good number if you can keep that sustained. But again, make them put the ball down and make them play, and that's what we try to preach. And we've just got to get those explosive plays out of the games, and so they don't put our backs against them.
Calvin Taylor had that huge sack on that last defensive drive. Just how disruptive was he throughout the game and what you saw?
I'll have to see it on tape. I thought it felt like Calvin was playing a really good game. It felt like Q, was playing solid, as the game went along inside, against their zone run team, against their inside zone runs. Especially when we got them set up and we let them get to some edges instead of just playing straight up ball games.
Bless you.
Thank you. But again, I'll have to go back on the tape. But I think everybody, it sort of stands out, the big hit that Calvin had, on that play. A lot of times you're sort of snapping your eyes back late, to see what's happening in the rush, because you're trying to see what's happening in the routes and the coverage down the field, so you don't always get a feel of what's going on up front.
What happened with Quentin there? Is he going to be?
I have not heard from the trainers yet, exactly what that extent is, so I'm not sure.
What kind of scheme did you have to put together knowing they're going to have Lynn at quarterback, so you may be putting some bad situations on some drives?
No, I don't think it changed anything, and I think we felt like we were in really good position the majority of the day. And I thought the offense did an unbelievable job, you know, with ball control, with moving the chains. You know, I don't think we played but 56, 57 reps, which is unbelievable in college football these days. So, you know, all the credit to them. You know, Coach Grand put together an unbelievable game plan, and you know, when we gave up that touchdown late, to see that quick response by them gave us the opportunity to have a little bit of redemption there at the end of the game. So I thought it was a good complimentary football today. The one that stings for us defensively is I didn't like my call on the second 20 when they were able to hit that 7 cut. We ended up stopping them later in the drive, but if you stop them there early, they're not able to hit that punt that ends up rolling down inside, and then we're having a punt backed up. People forget how everything sort of plays a part, and one play sort of starts a trickle effect. And now I need to make a better call there on that second and 20. I was thinking one thing, and you know, they gave us another. So you know, again, we all have things to improve upon, and you know, we got a big week next week, so we'll get that tightened up.
What do you see from Brandon Eccles tonight? He seemed pretty disruptive.
I thought Brandon was competitive. I thought he did some good things, and we need him to continue to be that out there on the edge.